My goodness, I'm impressed and honored. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. And look at all this. Thank you very much. This is a wonderful world in which we live. Think of all the remarkable plants and animals that are here, that have been created. And think of the opportunities we humans have. Really remarkable what this world is like and what it's done for us. And it's such a pleasure to be here. We can all enjoy it. Great opportunities, great things to do. Now, as we look around, we can see, of course, however, that humans have had a bigger and bigger impact on this world all the time. We have cut down many of the trees, many of the forests, made them into cities. Thank you. Made them into cities and to lands that grow vegetables and things, vegetables and plants. We have changed the nature of this universe enormously. Just think of all the trees that have disappeared, and now they're farmland or they're cities. Look around the enormous cities spread all over the place, the buildings we built, the roads we built, and so on. We're changing this universe enormously. In some ways, that's very good. But as we get more and more people, the number of people goes up exponentially, faster and faster. And we're using more and more land, we're using up more and more things. We're pushing aside other things. And that's something we've got to pay more and more attention to now, because it's growing all the time. We've already had an enormous effect. You just say, you look around, look at all the land that's, well, houses are built, and cities and so on, the land has become farmland. We cut down the trees, we change things. We're changing things enormously, and as I say, it's getting faster and faster, exponentially. Because the growth of people, if we have a factor of 2 growth in population every 50 years, which is about what we have, then a factor of 2 every 50 years, it goes faster and faster, up and up and up. And where are we going in the long run? This is something we must think about very, very seriously. We've got a big responsibility. The woodlands are disappearing. We're making more and more carbon abundance, and that's going to change. That's changing the climate a little bit. It'll change it more and more. We should be careful to make positive changes, changes which are good, allowing more and more plants and animals to multiply and thrive, as well as things that are good for ourselves. And now, one thing we have to do, obviously, is to limit population. Population keeps growing, and the 2 biggest countries of all are China and India. China and India each have about 4 times the population of the United States. India has about a third of the amount of area, so they've got enormous population density. China has enormous population, but it also is about as big as the United States. These are the two biggest countries with about 1.25 billion humans in each country. Enormous. And as I say, that grows exponentially. I guess if we double every 50 years, we multiply by 2, and then by 4, and then by 8, and then by 16, so it just goes up and up and up. It's time for us to think carefully about what we're doing, what this country needs, what the universe needs, how we can see that other species are not injured and help, and so on. They're here. They're just fantastic, the variety of species and what they do and so on. Humans are fantastic, but other species are fantastic too, and we want to protect and keep them, as well as making the place a good place for humans. a good place for humans. Now that means we want to preserve the climate, we want to preserve the wide variety of species and things that are here, the plants and the animals and so on. All these things that mean a lot to us. So I hope we can stop growing in population. If we don't, if we keep growing in population, factor 2 every 50 years, why, wow, it's going to be big. And we'll just overrun the place. We're already somewhat doing that. So just look around, see all the land that's been now occupied by cities and by farming and so on. The trees have been cut down, how we've changed things. It's time for us to be very, very careful, and that's particularly true in the highly populated countries. And of course, if we keep growing, doubling our families every generation or something like that, then that's going to become completely impossible for humans even to be here in the long run. So let us think carefully about what we're doing in our universe. Let us be careful, not selfish, but thinking about the needs of other plants and animals, the needs of humans, and how do they make our human life as wonderful as it is and it can be. So I urge you to all think about these things carefully, act carefully, talk with others, spread the interest around, do what we can to make this world continue to be a wonderful world for humans to have many, many opportunities which are good for every individual. Thank you very much.